Hey everybody, Dan Crystal, author of The Lost Art of Relationship. Are you or someone you know battling with overcoming fear, possibly connecting to faith? Well, maybe you're not there, but you probably were and probably will be at some time in the future. I know. Not very encouraging, right? Well, the rest of this should be. I was curious and decided to find out what some of the funniest, craziest fears were, and here were a few. How about this one? Syngenzophobia, which is the fear of relatives. Some of you have that. How about papophobia, which is the fear of the Pope? What about xanthophobia, which is the fear of yellow? This person hates the song, Here Comes the Sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. What about zemophobia, fear of the great mole rat? Actually, let's all fear that one. Let's move on. How about Iraqi butterophobia, which is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of one's mouth? First of all, who's going to fear peanut butter? Come on. What about kinemortophobia, which is the fear of zombies? How about anatidaphobia, which is the fear of being watched by a duck? Hey, what are you looking at? What about metrophobia? That's the fear of poetry. Well, I got one for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. What about pantherophobia, which is the fear of your mother-in-law? Enough said. What about nomophobia, which is the fear of losing mobile phone service? Can you believe there's even a phobia out there with that name? Well, these are some funny fears, unless you actually have one or two of them, but there are some very real fears that we face at times. Fear of being alone, someone you know dying, fear of not enough money, making the wrong decision, losing a job, losing a great friendship or relationship, and the list can go on and on. First, we need to understand that fear is a natural process. Fear is part instinct, part learned, and part taught. Fear can be important for our very survival. So if that's the case, we actually need to mitigate fear. We mitigate fear by our faith. And what does mitigating fear mean though? Well, first, we need to monitor our thoughts. In Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." You can literally change your perspective. Next, after monitoring our thoughts, we need to pray. The next thing we need to do is when we pray, ask for wisdom. There's a guy by the name of James that wrote a letter in the Bible, and he says this: "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, so ask for wisdom." Then start walking down the path toward the fear, trusting that God is with you. And finally, after we monitor our thoughts, pray, ask for wisdom, start walking down the path, pray again and again and again. We overcome fear and live by faith through discipline and practice. This produces action that happens out of second nature. The first time we walk through a circumstance, we learn what it takes to make it through it again. If we discipline ourselves to walk by faith, then each step we take in faith becomes second nature in our spiritual lives. When we live by faith through discipline and practice, we are living every day with intention. Bye for now.